been saying we're going to go to 52 for a while, like to shake people out. But I could see a world where we make like a new all time high before the election.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. Yeah, you know what I'm worried about is altcoins. Like, like everyone's talking about the like this alt. I'm talking about real altcoins, like the top 100, right? I'm not talking about like shit coins. I'm talking about like just those all the altcoins that everybody thought this cycle were gonna just rip to new all time highs. That you were not seeing hardly any of that, right? That's what I'm kind of worried about for a lot of these projects.
Well, I think it's like a lot of the what you're seeing honestly is a lot of blockchains that had big run ups last cycle. You're seeing them not perform as well, right? Like I'm not trying to bag on anyone, but you see stuff like Polygon, which had a lot of weight behind it, but they haven't been on the tip of people's tongues. You see things like Cardano not really moving that hard. What else there's some other ones like there's just a couple like all the ones that everyone was like, oh, these are going to be the next big blockchain. We haven't really seen them perform that well, but I mean, they still could when things really start popping off. But I mean,
Well,
in
why
my
would they,
opinion, they've
right? Like,
underperformed.
why would like a Cardano pop off, bro? Like, there's so many chains now, bro. Like there's gonna be 1,000 new chains, right? And
Yeah, we don't have enough layer twos and layer threes. I think we need a few thousand more, huh?
Hey, Ape
yeah,
Chain's
bro.
coming. We got Ape Chain coming,
Yeah,
so
but that's like
we're good.
that's the main chain. You know what I mean? That's like the god chain. So
But I
that'll
feel
be
like the
good.
same thing we've seen the whole cycle will continue to persist. Like memes will outpace everything. Like there are those few blue chips that have done well, and those are probably the ones that'll continue to do well. Like BNB's done well, Soul's done
Yeah,
well.
but so somebody gave me a pretty interesting thesis the other day. They said, well, memes are definitely having a better run, and there's more interest there. But they said, like, if you look at how many memes are generated as compared to utility projects, the numbers are fucking god awful. The success rate is god awful for
For
memes,
sure.
right? Because they're so transient. So
Hmm.
like it's not that everybody's interested in the big memes or the memes that do well, but 99% of memes fail in the first day or two,
First
right?
hour,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So it's not that there's so much more quality memes coming. It's just that there's so much. The ones that break through are taking a lot of the attention, right? So that's kind of like the way that I look at it. But like the utility projects have been underperforming though. Like a lot of these like bigger utility projects have really been underperforming in my opinion.
Yeah, dude, big
Yeah,
time.
that's because they don't really
Yeah,
do anything.
the alpha, bro, is just the alphas just sit in the meme coins that are fucking popping, like Brett, Pepe, and I mean,
Well, yeah,
just
at the end of the day,
if you
money is
have fun
money,
on it,
right? Like if you're in it for like
yeah,
an investment, like well, you don't really care if it's a utility project or not. You just care about number go up,
Well, the problem
right?
is most of
that's
these
right.
coins are meme coins disguised as utility projects. They don't really have shit, So like they've been larping as
I
utilities.
do feel like a lot of the big memes that have gone into like a billion market cap. I don't think they're gonna like gig us in like everybody thinks because I feel like everybody knows like the multiples are in the smaller cap coins. So I feel like Pepe will do good because it's Pepe, but I feel like everything else is suspect. And I think people will start to look for the coins that are like 50, 100 million that they can get 10, 15x on, like Giga, like Chomp, like, all the others, all the other boys club coins that are sitting at like 50, 100 million right now. You don't think so, Sir Crypto? What do you think, bro?
No, I do think so. I hit the wrong fucking thing. No, the boys club, the boys club, bro. I'm all in.
I think
Yeah.
that
There's some other
it's
ones.
weird,
Yeah,
bro. Like
sorry, go ahead.
I'll look at even derivatives of like safe like I'll look at like a unique meme and then I'll go look at a derivative that just literally attaches to like that meta. Like it'll be like the 50th time someone's done the meme. And they'll like I'll look at when it started and when another one started, I'll literally track the timeline of how much volume they got strictly because of their name and their ticker and the art that they're using. And they like if it's got a picture of Pepe or Brett or one of these things, like they always get bids. But if it's something that nobody's heard of before, I guess it's almost like they don't have that comfortability or whatever. So like they're just like, oh, I don't know what this is, but oh, I see the frog face, I see Pepe. Okay, I feel comfortable. It still could be a scam, right? Like, it's weird, man.
Yeah, the
Bro,
evolution's crazy too, man. Of like the way these memes are. I honestly, I don't call 90% of the shit memes. Even I think we have to like come up with a new category because there's memes, right? You got the Pepes, you got but even shit coins. Like we need something else because like if you go to look at Pump Fun, bro, and you go look at live pairs, that's not even those don't even qualify as shit coins, bro. Those are just fucking. They last 12 seconds, bro, and they're pumping them out every single second. It's insane, dude. There's over 1 million tokens being created a month right now, and it's probably
It's
double
more than
that.
that, bro. It's
It's
more
probably
than that
double
now.
that. Yeah, it's probably double that, bro. Think about that. How many fucking tokens are being created every single day? You know what I mean?
It's starting to cause meme coin exhaustion, in my opinion. I keep hearing a lot of people just go, "I'm tired of meme coins. You can't win. They all suck." You know, like
I like them still, though.
we're around people that know what they're doing, but the most of the people that are kind of getting rushed into it as newbies, they're all losing, and that eventually brings exhaustion, at least to, I don't think they're going to go anywhere, but I definitely think there's a cycle where people are going to get a little tired of it and they're going to move on to the next narrative, and that's going to happen. I don't know what it's going to be exactly. Maybe it's gaming, maybe it's AI, maybe it's something we don't even know about yet. But I personally feel exhaustion with meme coins. I'm going back to my conservative strategy and just like, you know what? I don't feel like gambling. I just want to basically, you know, I want to level up like I have every single cycle, and I don't want to risk it anymore. That's how I feel right now.
Yeah, bro. That's
Not me. I'm
no,
going
no,
all in.
yeah, yeah.
I'm betting the house everywhere.
I'm opposite. I'm kind of going nuts with them. I'm just betting on all kinds of shit.
Coco's trying to throw our entire treasury into one
Yeah,
single low
dude.
cap
He
meme
he
coin.
literally talked to us. He sat us down and said, "Guys, I have this amazing idea. What we're gonna do," and we thought it was gonna be some really thought out plan, like. And he's just like, "We're gonna take all of our money and we're gonna pick a coin and throw it all into it." That's literally what he said to us, and we all just kind of looked at each other.
This is no joke.
This is
Like this
like
is
he
reality.
literally said, "The guys that have an amazing idea. We think it's gonna be some master plan." Like he's over there building Ape Express. He's doing all this crazy shit behind the scenes. So we're thinking it's gonna be like some thought out like plan. I'm just picturing him at a desk with like an ink pen and a feather in it, writing out this handwritten letter. And he just says, "We're gonna take all our money and throw it into one meme coin." And he was dead serious.
Bro,
It's kind of a win-win
if
if you
you
think
think
about it.
Yeah.
dude, if you think you're a degen, like you have no fucking idea, bro. Like you have no idea, man.
Hey, but I'm winning.
All right, guys. Hey,
Yeah,
we're gonna start just for a few minutes. We're gonna talk about I really made the space put it together is to shill the hell out of ScarQuest. And if any of you guys are into gaming in any way, or even if you're not into gaming, because a lot of people don't give a shit about like heavy gaming, right? And that's kind of why we developed this. Like, it's not just for gamers, hardcore gamers. This is for people that want to pick up their phone and play a game for 10 minutes and earn a bunch of money, or if they want to just build their I mean, you could talk about it a little better, Tiki, but the download links are up here in the jumbotron. We just went live this week. It's open beta, so this is just like 20% of what it's going to be. We haven't connected the marketplace yet. We haven't connected the land. We haven't connected the blockchain. This is all basically free to play, and anything you earn in the game right now, you're going to get to keep when we connect everything within the next week or two. So it's super alpha. Like you're going to be able to get all these NFTs, characters, like you can win land, which is going to be worth a lot of money, and you literally get to keep everything you earn. So you can go download it on iOS, on Android. It's on the App Store. It's fucking free to download. It's a badass game. We put like 3 years into building with
Yeah, the
Morgy.
link's on the jumbotron. So if you click that, it has the direct links. So you don't have to sign up for any beta, testing or whatever. It's open to the public. It's basically the launch, and now basically like you said, the filling in the rollout.
What?
But the
How
game.
are you guys doing so far? Like, how many? Like, are you guys getting some
All
good
right,
downloads?
so let me give you guys a few numbers and things that are going on. So none of the marketing has started yet, as far as like the Web2 marketing, but so far the lead dev, you guys know him, Douglas, said they looked at uh, the player. What do you call that? It's a big thing that they look at.
The retention.
The player retention was 40%, which I guess according to him, if you were to present that to any gaming studio, they would say that is a success. That is a good thing. But he said he's very conservative. He said that I think we can improve on it, and we need to try to hold that, and so the players are liking it. So you're seeing people play. You can the guilds, like you can join a guild, and the guilds are starting to fill up. There was like one guild at the very beginning, which is like the default developer guild, and now there's like 11 or 12 guilds, and three of them are almost full. Atua set one up called Booyah Clan, which is almost full. And honestly, I haven't played the game a lot until 3 days ago, and I've been playing like nonstop, like for the last 3.5 days. It's freaking addicting. Like it's actually a really good game loop. Like I have to say, like once the cool thing is like Pinky was saying, is the game is basically open now. So you can get in there, you can start building and kind of get ahead of the herd, and everything that you're going to have down the road, all your characters and your land and stuff will be convertible to NFTs at a certain point. So it makes sense to kind of get in there and start building and kind of get ahead of the. But what we're seeing for sure is the player base is growing every day right now, and it hasn't even really started the Web2 marketing, and it's a really cool game, and they're going to be adding a lot of things over the next. So as far as the money gate, when they say money gate, it's like in-app purchases is going to begin probably within a week. Then after in-app purchases, there's going to be an announcement, I believe, in the next day or two, where they talk about the open beta roadmap. So it's the roadmap of the open beta, and then there's going to be like some events added. There's going to be certain things added, and then the import export is going to get added. The ability to earn land, so you can literally be a free player and crush this game if you don't mind putting the time in. And then for those people that just own land and want to be land barons, you'll be able to. It's going to be really cool. You can lease out the land to other people, and so you could literally just sit there and own stuff, own land, and be making basically resources, and then those resources you can sell in the marketplace. So all that is coming probably within the next 30 days, most of it, provided there's no major, I guess, problems. But so far it's been smooth. There's only been a few little bugs, and every time they fix it. So probably it's still going to be every 10 days that they do an update. But it's a little bit harder to do updates, so they got to be more careful now because now that it's open, open for anybody to download. And there's no resets of the game, which is a big deal for everybody that's been playing. Is you don't feel like, oh, what's the point of playing if the game gets reset? Everything you make now and your progress gets kept. And I mean, people are starting to set up guilds; they're filling up. So if you like games and you like the potential of something that could be, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be great. How great? I don't know exactly, but I think it's definitely gonna set a standard for this upcoming bull market.
So you guys, I remember like a couple months ago, you guys said you partnered with Beam and IMX, which are like basically the two biggest gaming blockchains.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are you guys working with them?
Yeah, I mean it's basically simple, right? So you basically ScarQuest will be basically listing certain NFTs on their platforms, and you'll have to go to Beam, and you'll have to go to IMX to get like certain exclusive NFTs, and then they're going to expand from there. So it'll go from one and maybe to two, and then if they like the results and they're helping push, which they've said they will, once all these things start to launch, they're going to be announcing this to their communities and inviting people to play the game, and then expand from there, right? And then potentially, bridge everything over. It just depends on the flow. But the thing is right now it's on BSC, and BSC is solid. Like 3 months ago, everybody was talking crap about BSC, right? It's done, CZ, over. And then, like it always does, it just started running, and the price is recovering. Now BSC is strong as ever, and I think it's actually good that ScarQuest's default chain right now is BSC.
You guys also have like partnership with Binance Smart Chain too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to fully support. They will be. What they're waiting for is the money gate of basically the import export of all the NFTs as well as the SCAR token, which is on BSC, of course, the default. So once that is fully opened, then they're very careful about what they don't just like. If you're a project that's working with them, they don't just tweet whenever you want. They're very strict. It's got to be something significant for them to tweet. So they did tweet us when we opened, right? They tweeted when we opened the closed beta, and now and basically how it works is based on the success, they scale their support. So
Yeah, this
I
is
think everything's going in the right direction.
yeah. So
I mean, it looks.
the main thing is right now is it's open for everybody, right? Like so anybody that has an iPhone or Android, if you're just bored, just go download it. The links are right there, and you can just play it, right? And like the cool thing is anything you earn right now, which is the alpha, like I said earlier, it's you literally get to keep it. So moving forward in the next month, you're gonna have to go buy these things in our marketplace, right? And you're gonna be able to earn all these things and keep them when we port over. So anybody that's like on there grinding and playing the game, they're going to get heavily rewarded right now. So it's definitely worth it if you're into the games and if you just want to check it out, just go download it and
Yeah,
give us some feedback.
there's rare drops and things that are going to be coming out, and I mean, think of it like this, right? When there's a smaller pool of people, that means there's a higher chance that you're going to get something. So right now there might be 1,000 people playing the game that have downloaded it. It's a lot easier to earn from the pool than it's going to be when there's 50,000 people playing it or 100,000 people. Because it's not unlimited. Like for example, the land is very limited. There's only 160,000 pieces of land. Probably 10,000 of those lands have already been distributed out and purchased, and some people are hodling them. And then what's going to happen is you can combine your lands. So actually, the 160,000 pieces will decrease because once somebody combines the land together, that becomes one piece. And they're going to be doing some cool things at some point. Like you'll be able to I think once you get to a certain level and you have a certain amount of land, you'll be able to drop your logo on the planet. So that'll be a good marketing opportunity for people that get in there. But the main thing is the game is fun. Just go play the game. You'll see, it takes a little bit. It's so easy to pick up and play, and you'll be playing like you think you know it, and then you start to realize that there's way more depth than what you thought, and then you start getting into the strategy, and then there's we're going to be putting out some tutorials and all kinds of stuff for the guild. So there's going to be events, all kinds of stuff. It's going to be a really fun bull market, I think, with ScarQuest.
Yeah, dude. So one more thing before we move on and start talking about some more meme coins and shit is I want to kind of really drive in that this game was created. It's been built for 3 years from the ground up. This was made the artwork, the game itself, everything was designed from the ground up. This isn't like a reskin of anything. This isn't another game that we took that we changed. This was created from the ground up for 3 years. So it's a different game. This isn't a game like anything else, right? There's a lot of different things added to it, comparable to anything you've seen, and it's unique, right? The artwork's all unique. We spent 4 months just developing the artwork before even going into development. So there's a lot of little nuances with the game that I think people are going to appreciate.
Hey, one more thing. I think Jumanji was setting up a guild for Pinky
Oh
Jumanji.
yeah. We're
Did you
gonna
guys
start a
do
guild.
that?
Yeah, we're gonna
Did you
do it.
guys come and
Yeah,
play?
guys.
Let's do it.
Did you do it?
Yeah. I finally got enough Scar and Vel to get one going. So if you guys want to join our guild, it's called Ape Kingdom for all the bored apes out there and mutant apes and all that stuff. But anyone's welcome.
Yeah, come join it. We're gonna start a guild and just have some
Well,
fun
there's
with
only
it.
50 slots, so once the 50 slots are up, then you can't get in. So jump in there.
Yeah, and if you one more thing is if you let's say you win some land or something, right? I think my buddy was playing and he won a Crystal Highlands, right? So those lands, you're gonna be able to rent that out to people. Let's just say you don't even want to play a lot. You can literally take that land when everything goes live, and you'll be able to rent it out to players and just have a passive income. There's so many ways that you can make money with this game.
Yeah, if you earn a Crystal Highland, that land's going to be worth thousands of dollars minimum.
Yeah,
So if you get lucky,
you can win that right now just by playing. Anything you get right now for the next week and a half, you're going to be able to keep. So it's kind of a cool little
Okay,
offer.
I got the next question. All right. So what's going on? What are we doing for the what are you doing for the apes, bro? What are you doing for the bored
Oh
apes?
well,
Come on, you
dude.
guys are all bored apes, bro.
So we actually have a character that when we first started creating the game, we actually made a character called there's a golden boar. He's actually the rarest character in the whole game, and he's molded after bored apes. But we honestly we were thinking of we're gonna see how Ape Chain goes, right? Because I'm building the board arcade on Ape Chain too, obviously. And honestly, I kind of want a lot of apes to check this out to kind of see the level of building that we're gonna be doing right over there on board arcade, so they can test this out and kind of see because it's the same gaming studio that's going to be doing that. So any apes out there, if you want to
Hey,
just check it out.
maybe you should do something like if you're an ape and
Are
you
you guys doing
join.
NBA like made by
Yeah. Oh
apes?
yeah. No, we're applying for that right now. So this game will be a made by ape game. So we're
Yeah.
gonna put that badge on it. So we want to rep it, right? Like for the apes too,
Yeah.
because we are all
Hey,
Bored Apes that built this.
Yeah.
maybe you do
That's
something
right.
like this. Pinky, can you hear me?
Yep.
Maybe you do something like this because you were talking about the ape that was basically made as kind of a tribute to Bored Ape. It's called Cyborg Ape.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a cyborg ape. It's called Cyborg Ape, and there's only 500 of those available, and there's probably like maybe 30 or 40 or 50, I don't know, that are available. Maybe you could do something like if you're an ape and you come and play the game and join Pinky and Jumanji's guild, maybe you can and you get this a minimum score of something, whatever you can hand out,
That would
gift
be
out
pretty
one of
cool.
those apes as well.
Yeah, that could be
So
cool.
if
Yeah.
you're an ape, get on there, play, then because you can chat in the guild, and then I can I can join your guys' guild as well. I'm a co-host on the Booyah clan, but I could set up another one and join that as well, and so I can go in between. I can be like a spy.
Yeah, man. So just download it. Download it on it's a mobile game, right? So like this game is designed to be mainly mobile. You can play it on PC if you want, but this is a mobile game, so it's easy to pick up. You don't have to sit there and play it for 5 hours. You can literally pick it up for like 10, 20 minutes, do a couple matches, and put it down if you want. So it's not something that's gonna
Yeah,
like take your entire
you know,
mental power just to
you know
learn.
those cyborg apes originally were gifted to anybody with a board ape. So if you had previously joined the Discord and there was a channel there and you had an ape, you got the cyborg, but they discontinued that. But those cyborg apes are still kind of there for some sort of event or whatever for apes. I mean, they're made for apes, so you can definitely do that. Join the guild, and if you're an
Yeah.
ape, let us know, and then boom, we can probably hook you up. Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it'll be dope. It's gonna be sick. So check it out, download it, and then let me know. Shoot me a DM and let me know if you like it or if you have any questions or anything. Shoot me, Tiki, Jumanji. I'm gonna be shilling it for the rest of this damn bull run, so get used to it because I think it's
I'm
gonna
actually
blow up.
playing the game right now while we're chatting. That's how addictive it is. I'm actually playing like little. I'm like mining and doing stuff because you can do it while you're like listening to stuff.
Yeah, there's so many things. I feel like I'm just going on and on, but we have a mechanism in the wallet that you literally can, when the Web2 side gets activated and you play with, you can come in and do in-app purchases with USD. It automatically converts over to the token without people even knowing it. So you're going to be able to, the price of the token itself is going to be going up on both sides, the Web3 and the Web2 side. So it's a pretty cool mechanism that I think a lot of people are going to copy. But anyways, moving on. Yeah, download it. Let me know what you guys think. What else is new?
Well, I guess I would love to hear people's opinion on what's going to be the upcoming narrative when the bull market kicks. Like, what do you guys think is going to be let's just say the top three things. Obviously, you guys are going to say meme coins, but let's say there's two other things that are going to be big narratives that kind of go side by side, kind of like last one, right? We had
Yeah.
NFTs, we had meme coins, and we had what was it, like DeFi? So, or yeah, what do you
So
think it's going to be?
I think a lot of people are going to say AI, but here's why I don't think AI is going to be the big thing in crypto is because it's just a big thing like all over the world. It's already working, right? Like it's not like this speculative thing. It's like it's already kind of in motion. So like it doesn't need to be crypto, right? Like I don't think that that's going to be what it is. I think AI is just going to be massive overall. I think gaming could definitely be one. We'll see, right? I think we need a couple really good games to kind of to hit, and then I think it could like spark some kind of a snowball to where the craze just happens. Because I mean, last bull run, that was the buzzword. Like everybody was talking about gaming. Even leading in to this bull run, everybody was talking about gaming, right? There were so many projects that were doing raises and this and that, and it kind of died down with all the meme coins. So I would say gaming has a good chance. Obviously, meme coins, and then you were saying something about RWAs, Coco.
Yeah, I think that those have been like when we talk about like things that are non-meme coins, I think you've seen I think most notably Ondo and what is it? Ohm which is called Mountain
Yeah,
Mantra.
mantra.
Those have been like they're both in the top 100, right? So they basically came out of nowhere and broke into the top 100. And it's been a big buzzword, like behind the scenes, like RWAs, real world assets. In case you didn't know what that is, a lot of people don't even know what it is really, but it's basically real world assets attached to the blockchain and being able to be like that value exchange, being able to be either tokenized or connected to a real world asset, right? So they feel like there's a huge, huge industry there. And I just saw like yesterday, Mantra. I think I retweeted it. They just partnered with like one of the biggest luxury real estate firms in Dubai. It's like something like a 500 million or $1 billion deal. So like when projects are doing that kind of work where there's like big money companies coming into the crypto space, I think RWAs are something you definitely should look at. They're definitely not as fun to be in as memes, right? Like you go into one of the chats for RWAs, bro.
Fucking,
It's
it's
boring
like a
as fuck.
funeral, like a funeral. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
You
But
know
I
the
mean,
you know the problem is, bro, is we're also like we have such bad like our adrenaline is so fried. You know what I mean? From meme coins, that like everything seems boring now. You know what I mean? It's like we're burnt out, bro. Like you go into a regular chat, we're like, this fucking sucks. Where's the action at? Where's the at? You know, it's like we're like addicted gamblers that are just like in rehab.
yeah, the dopamine, man. That's what
Yeah.
it is. Is like we're all dopamined out on meme coins, and it's true. But I kind of got the same kind of dopamine from NFTs though. Like last cycle, like NFTs, like when there was a big mint or when
Yeah.
floor prices were going crazy, like you kind of got the same thing. But I think meme coins is just that, just multiplied by a million and just millions more rugs, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
what meme coins are.
I don't. Can it get any more ruggy? Like, is it possible for things to like? How much worse could it get? You know what I mean? Like, what else? What can start happening? We have to be kind of at the bottom with that, like the way people fuckers are rugging coins.
I mean, it's pretty bad right now, bro. Like, there's the least amount of effort gives you like the most amount of reward. So you don't really need much now to
Do you
start
guys
a meme
blame
coin.
Solana? What do you guys blame?
I don't know. I
100.
made a bunch of money on Solana, so I
I
don't
did
blame it too
too.
much.
Hey, just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean you can't blame them. They're still the ones who started it all.
Well, here's the thing,
What are
bro.
you
Like,
talking about, bro? All the meme coins started on Ethereum, bro. Pepe, freaking
Yeah, but the
Shiba
shitcoin
Inu.
casino didn't start until Solana, bro. Those are real memes coming out, and then the shitcoin
I
casino
don't know,
came.
man. I've made the most money on Solana memes. I've been the most angry at Solana chain, but I've also made the most money. It's like a love hate because you'll have days where you just can't lose, and then you'll have days where like you just blame like anything that goes wrong. Like you can stub your toe and you just yell at Solana. You know?
It depends on if the contract ends in pump.
Yes, dude.
That's true.
Yeah,
Pump has
true.
gotten so. I was just watching it yesterday, and I find myself being a complete moron. Like I'll still throw money at a coins, even though I know 100% that this is a rug. I'll just stare at the screen and then I'll just click the button and I'll just
Well,
watch
it's
my
not a
money
rug; it's a
disappear.
CTO. Not a
Uh,
rug; it's a
Have
CTO.
you guys have you guys messed with the moonshots on Deck Screener yet?
nah, have you?
No, that's what I'm asking. I want to know what it's
I'm
like.
sure it's very similar.
It's a pool of acid, bro. I don't know if I
It's
want to go
fun
in
though,
there.
dude. I've hit some big ones. That I actually jumped into one-off-pump.fund, Dilly, this coin called Dilly or something, and
Me too.
I jumped into it so early and I rode that thing up and I was just like, bro, like you can hit gems, bro. Like they're still out there. You just got to get lucky.
Yeah, I think today Dilly and Landlord are the two.
You know what it is, bro? It really does matter with these meme coins. Like, you got to get these crazy communities. Like, you need somebody at the helm that's in the VC just controlling it, right? You need somebody that's pushing, 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 that's relentless. Like, that's what I look for especially the CTOs and shit. You just go into the VC and listen, and like you'll know within like 5 minutes if those guys are legit or if they're gonna keep stick around and keep pushing it. And that's what they did with that Dilly coin. That shit, they nuked to like 200K, and I've just watched them just grind it back up to like 4 or 5 million. And those guys just had like it is to run a meme coin. People don't realize how hard it is to be a successful meme coin. Like they think it's just you make a silly meme and then everybody likes it because it's goofy, bro. That has nothing to do with it, bro. Like the dedication you got to put into like actually staying on top of it and grinding and like dealing with the dumps and then the fucking anger from the community and then people talking shit and then you know what I mean? Just being able to just block all that out and just keep grinding and doing raids 24/7, like building a team. I would say it's harder than any project. Like utility projects, you can fall back on the utility a lot of times, right? Like a meme coin, you don't have shit. You gotta like communities got to keep that thing going.
That's
So
true.
like,
That's true. The tech doesn't really save a meme coin, right? If the community leaves, there's nothing. But I guess you could say the same thing about a utility project,
I don't know,
right?
man. There's a lot of utility projects that haven't developed shit in like 4 years, bro, and they're still sticking around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the craziest shit to me. I mean, some of them have literally delivered nothing in 3 or 4 years, and they're still. I mean, I don't know how they're still here, except for the cult following.
Yeah, it's the market's it's a strange thing, man. It does. It changes every cycle, but it stays the same in so many ways too. We'll see. So you're going average. You think we're going to see an all-time high before before the election? You there?
That's a hard yes.
Yeah, it's a hard yes, huh?
Hey, we got 222 small over here with the, I don't know what kind of PFP that is. What's up?
We got an alien wearing a do-rag.
Can you hear him? I can hear something. I hear something like very faint. Oh shit, dude! He blessed us with his presence. Roman,
The
the
Web3 development working group steward himself, elected by the ApeCoin DAO. Welcome, sir. Thank you for blessing us with your
Yeah,
presence.
I had to put in a request for him to join the space like 2 weeks ago.
Hey guys, I just popped in just to say sorry I have to go. I have a tight schedule. Just wanted to say goodbye, stuff like that. How is it going, guys? Having fun over here?
Chilling, man. We're just talking the market. We're talking about ScarQuest, talking about gaming, and where the hell is like the contracts at, man? I need to make some money, dude. Yesterday I got wrecked. Freaking lost so much damn Soul yesterday, so I'm angry at Soul again.
Maybe it's
I'm
time to change the chain. I don't know.
Nah, bro, I can't. Once you're addicted to Solana, it's tough to go anywhere else. But then, you know what? Like, it's funny because I talk about this and like everybody gets so angry at Solana, and then it goes dead for like 3 weeks, and people are begging for Solana to come back. The action, you know. I've been there before where I'm like, man, I wish Solana shitcoins would come back.
Yeah, people need to put this like 0.1 Sol into work somewhere, you know.
Bro, I was in the kitchen when you were asking me about all-time high. And, you know, my Asian quant says Bitcoin's going to hit 100,000 by the end of the year. And if you don't know him, my Asian quant's name is Tom Lee. And he isn't wrong. He isn't wrong very often. If you guys didn't see that, Tom Lee did come out this week and say he thinks Bitcoin 100,000 by the end of the year.
I think we just got to get this little Mount Gox bullshit out of the way, and 85 is next. That's my opinion.
I mean, why do you wait till the all-time highs to release the Mt. Gox funds? Like, what the fuck, man?
Imagine how those people feel right now, bro. Those people are foaming to get that Bitcoin right now.
Bro, they've had a 10-year forced vest.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Bro, best vest like, of all time, bro.
200x since they lost their money.
I mean, are they giving everyone the money all at once, or is there some kind of like payment plan? Like, how are they doing this?
There should be a vest for the vest.
Bro, it was cash or in kind. So if they wanted cash, they could have taken the cash already.
Wait, cash value to what they put in when they put it into Mt. Gox, or cash value at current?
Current, bro.
The cash value at the date in which they sent them the notice, I guess.
Oh, give me that Bitcoin, bro.
Well, I wonder when they sent that notice, though. How long ago was it?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of people. If Bitcoin was down, they might have just been like, "Give me the money." You know, there could have been a lot of people, so that might be a good thing.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, everyone probably already settled and.
Do you know anybody? Do you guys know anybody that's actually getting like some Bitcoin from it?
Roman is, aren't you?
Nah. I came into crypto early, but I bought my first Bitcoin when Gox was no longer there anymore. Unfortunately,
really?
I cannot share the positive news with you.
When that hack happened, what was Bitcoin at? Does anyone know?
10 years ago, it was cheap.
Yeah, but it happened like at the peak, so it's like 2015.
Was it like 4K?
So it was like $1,000, I guess.
Jeez.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So there were some dudes in there with like they had like 100K worth of Bitcoin, 200K worth of
I
Bitcoin.
did used to know a guy from like 7 years ago who said he had like thousands of Bitcoin stuck in there. So I'm sure he's really happy right now.
Jeez.
$600.
Yeah,
the
600.
day
Oh
Mt.
my
Gox.
god. Yeah, we're probably gonna see a nice dump.
No, bro, we're already seeing it.
Yeah.
Like that's
Could be
this is
yeah, it
that's
could be
already
baked
over,
in.
man. Yeah, dude. Like you got the market is this market is fundamentally different from what it was. Like you have institutions own like 3% of the supply now that they've accumulated over the last couple months. And who knows how much they really have through like hedge funds and places they've squirreled money into Bitcoin from. Like this is going to be a really forward-looking market now. Like you see how much Bitcoin ran up before the ETF got approved. That was the pricing in of the ETF for Bitcoin, like the initial pricing. And then when like the whisperings of Mt. Gox came out, the market started to go down, and that took us where we're at. Like we could go lower on some scam wick shit, but like we're probably getting pretty close to this part of the downside being over.
So I got
And
a
then
question
we're
for
gonna
you. So
start,
is Bitcoin a good buy right now? That's the question.
bro. Bitcoin is a good buy, probably for the next 5 to 10 years, and then you probably missed it. Like once Bitcoin starts to get into the millions, like yeah, you're gonna get diminishing returns really hard. But like here's the thing though. Like I was talking to this about Pinky the other night. Like Bitcoin isn't gonna be what we all use it as today. Like you're gonna have your Bitcoin in an account and you get 7 to 10% a year on your Bitcoin or whatever the returns are per year. It won't continue to be like 100% a year extrapolated. But if you want to buy 10 rental units in, Bogota, Colombia, you can walk into your fucking bank and you can be like, hey, I have 30 Bitcoin in my wallet or whatever. I need, 2.5 million to buy this property. Like it's where you're going to store your value, and you're going to be able to use it to get access to liquidity for other things. Just like, billionaires don't have cash. They have stock and equity in companies, and they have a lot of it, and they just keep it there. And when they need cash, they go borrow it. Like motherfuckers don't run around with cash, really.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. You know what's the craziest thing is like everything's so gradual, but if you were to like go back 6 years, 7 years, like we were the crazy people that were telling everyone about this, right? And everybody was laughing at us, bro. Like, and now the reality of like how powerful Bitcoin is like it's like a certainty. You know what I mean? Like this is not even a question anymore. I remember the days when you would talk about Bitcoin and say the exact same shit we're saying right now, and everybody thought you were fucking batshit crazy.
Bro, they called me the crazy Bitcoin kid at the restaurant I was working at when I was going to school, bro. They literally called me crazy, bro.
Yeah,
No,
bro. I remember I felt
remember
like I was screaming off a mountaintop, and everyone just thought I was crazy. Like I was just like, bro, this is it. Yeah, I was trying to tell everybody, like, like there's girls that I would talk to, and they would just never talk to me again. Like everyone just thought I was a loser.
Yeah,
And
girls
then
still don't give a shit, bro. Most girls still don't give a shit. I mean,
you'd be
Look,
surprised, bro.
I was
You'd be
not a believer
surprised.
in the
Most girls I
beginning.
know a lot about Bitcoin now, or they've at least heard about it.
I
You know
don't
what I
know,
mean?
bro. I mean, you're hanging out at fucking crypto conferences. Try to go talk to a girl at a club about Bitcoin, bro.
Nah, bro. Every time Bitcoin hits a new all-time high, I always like get a random text message
I
from
miss
my
you.
ex, bro.
I miss you.
Bro,
Oh,
it's
but
just like,
shout
oh
out to
hey,
Shirley Lowe in the crowd though, bro. Always shout out Shirley.
Shirley Lowe.
I might shoot you a follow pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. Bro, you know what though? When I see those people that I tried to show Bitcoin to heavy back in the day, they can't even look me in the face anymore. They
Yeah,
can't
they
even
stopped
look like
talking to you.
I pulled
Yeah,
up.
it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Well,
pulled
it
up the
doesn't
one
help
at
that you're
at
rolling up with
Target.
like gold chains and then rubbing it in their face every 10 seconds. That probably doesn't help when you remind them every 5 minutes. Remember that time I told you that you should have bought Bitcoin?
You mean the cope? We got too small. You got your hand up, bro. Go ahead. You don't have to do that. You can just talk.
Bro.
Okay.
Can you hear him? I can't hear him.
I still can't hear him.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop you down and come back up, brother. It's like a little alien that he's like mumbling.
I faded the shit out of Bitcoin. 2013 was the first time I ever looked at it, and I was like, "Fuck that shit! I'm gonna buy Apple."
Yeah. So let me ask you this then. Okay, so you think you basically average your thesis is that Bitcoin is going to become like the world reserve currency where people can draw on it. They it's like basically they can use it as they can basically use it on like a credit basis. You're not going to be like spending the Bitcoin per se. You're just going to be like drawing down on it, or like what's your opinion? How's it going to be used?
Yeah. It's going to be like sovereign individual gold, individually managed gold. Like how I think we will use Bitcoin the same way nations have used gold.
Okay.
Like that's what I think. But I think it'll have a better rate of return. At least for the short term until it catches up. Like we need we need the mania phase, like what happened when we got a gold ETF.
That's going to happen.
And I don't think.
Well, let's just speculate.
Bitcoin,
go ahead, Sir Crypto.
If Bitcoin is going to be the currency standard, what will be the currency? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. I think everybody's tokenizing their own currency. I wouldn't be shocked to see. Governments denominate their currency in Bitcoin. Like, I wouldn't be shocked to see the United States government say that the dollar is backed by Bitcoin. In fact, this is weird. This is like a conspiracy theory I've had for a long time, but it seems more and more real based on like what we've witnessed over the last year with like Gary Gensler fear mongering and pandering and everybody attacking Bitcoin. And then magically the ETF gets approved, right? And they let an asset grow to $1 trillion market cap who we don't know who the creator was that owns like such a large percent of it. Like the US government knows who created Bitcoin. Like full stop. That this asset would never be $1 trillion market cap because too many people could get hurt. They definitely wouldn't let an ETF get approved for it and let like financial institutions and a bunch of retail investors get in it. So, I mean, I think there's a probability that a high probability that they're in on it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see, nations and no nations are going to give up their currencies. Like that's never going to happen. Like if you think the United States government with a military this big is ever going to give up its currency, like you're out of your mind.
Do you think the U.S. government created Bitcoin?
I think there's a strong possibility.
I mean, who knows, right?
We're going down the Alex Jones path now. Here we go.
I
think there's a strong possibility they had a hand in it.
Do you think it'd be better the U.S. created it than somewhere else, I guess?
I mean, yeah, depending on how you look at it. Yeah.
The main thing is just get as much as you can, bro. Are you guys trading? So what are you holding? Here's a question. Are you buying, let's just, when you have a big hit, right? Let's say you get a big hit on a meme coin. What are you doing with it? Are you keeping it in Solana? Are you trading it back into ETH? Are you going to Bitcoin? Or are you just kind of sitting on your Bitcoin, or are you adding to it?
I mean, I'm a native chain flipper. So like if I make a come up on an ordinal, I stack Bitcoin. If I make a come up on GigaChat, I stack Sol. If I make a come up on Pepe, I stack ETH, and then then I deploy the native coin when the market drops like this, because when everything else does like a 40, 50, 60% correction, the native chain coin's only done like a 6% correction.
See, I do the opposite. I take coins from all different chains and I turn them into Solana and then give it away.
I do that too.
Yeah, bro.
I do that too.
I don't know, man. What do you think Solana's going to hit this cycle? Let's do some price prediction.
I used to think it was going to hit like $800.
But no.
I don't know if we have enough juice in the market for that. It might hit
I
600.
think it can.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if they do some type of ETF, you know. I hear a lot of people talking about it. I mean, it could happen. Nobody thought ETF would be this fast.
I don't think it'll happen in the time and the amount of time that we have. I am a big proponent of like this cycle is going to get cut short. I think we're going to. I think our only hope is to come out of like the late summer, maybe a little bit longer, like really hard, and make a new all-time high, and just gig ascend into the end of the year, like early next year. And I think that's it. I think if we don't do it by then, I think we're going to run out of steam in all markets, unless they print a shit ton of money, which I just can't really see a path to them doing.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, is I've heard that same thesis from a bunch of people. And whenever there's like an overwhelming consensus with like something people think's going to happen, like there's always a counter trade there. Like I actually think like maybe it could be a little bit delayed, but it's actually not, because it usually takes about 5.5 months post halving for us to really start taking off. So why would we think that it's going to be delayed this time when it's just on track?
Because it's like you get stuck in that lull, right? Like this is what happens. You go through these months of just kind of sideways.
No. But he's been saying that. He's been saying that when we were sending right after the ETF.
It usually takes 5 months post halving to hit a new all-time high. We hit to retest all-time high. We retested all-time high 5 months ago.
Some people have been saying that was like an isolated money flow. That wasn't like a retail all-time high, right? Like that was just like people coming. That wasn't like parabolic hysteria, retails all coming in all-time high. That was ETF inflows all-time high.
This isn't a retail market right now, and this isn't going to be. I don't think this is really going to be a retail cycle for Bitcoin. Retail doesn't have any money; they're all broke. I think this is the institutional cycle where they all get their positions.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe.
We will see.
Who's buying Bitcoin? Who's buying Bitcoin?
That's kind of true. I mean,
yeah, retail's buying shitcoins.
Yeah, retail and buying Bitcoin. But I like, it's crazy. Even last cycle, very few people that were normies asked me about Bitcoin.
That's the same thing. If retail is buying shitcoins, they have to buy Solana, ETH, Bitcoin, right? Which contributes to the overall market cap of crypto. So they're kind of all in the same basket. So like we have to be clear with what we're saying. If retail is not buying, then why have meme coins been the top thing?
Bitcoin specifically.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just talk about overall market.
Yeah. I mean, I think the retail that we're seeing here right now is like mainly crypto native retail, because everything's happened on chain so far this cycle. There's been nothing that's been like sex driven pandemonium. It's really just been all of us that have been in crypto since like 2017.
Dude, if somebody just like came in that was like didn't know anything about crypto and they just heard you say sex driven pandemonium, they would have been like, whoa.
Yeah, what are these guys talking about? It's kind of weird ass freaking spaces I'm stepping into, bro. Hey, I'm gonna talk about you. You want to hear something cool that Bored Ape did? That I'm kind of curious about. So you're out there in Florida, in Miami. They're doing the clubhouse, right? And they're saying that they're gonna let the people decide how the clubhouse is designed. So like, it's kind of a cool thing. Like if projects start doing shit like that, right? They're like, hey, you guys, we want the community to decide like everything about the clubhouse, which is dope. Which is an IRL clubhouse, right? For Bored Apes or mutants or whoever. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of curious to see what they do. I think that's a cool ass idea.
That would be dope.
So real quick, back on the other topic. You know, we're sitting $1 trillion under the all-time high market cap for crypto. Like that's not impressive to me. You know, honestly I believed we would be a lot higher right now. So
even post halving, even post halving, like with the sideways chop.
Yeah, by this time post halving.
Yeah, we'll see, man. You know, like, the beauty of this whole thing is we will see, right? Like we got about 6 to 8 months to really see where the hell this goes, and we'll know a lot of answers by then.
What do you think, Sir Crypto? How do you think this plays out? I'm interested to hear your take.
I do believe that we'll see all-time high by the end of the year. I think we'll see it before the election. To be honest, we got to get this. We got to get this Mount Gox, which is going to be a lot of supply hitting. I don't think it'll last long. I mean, the sell pressure won't last long. I don't think the institutions sell anything, and there are institutions that are getting paid. So I think that some of your guys that hadn't bought Bitcoin since 2013, they're going to dump the shit out of it. But I'm ready to buy that. I think any smart investor will be sitting on the sidelines waiting for it.
When do you
But
think the
once
cycle's
that's out,
going to end?
once that's out of the way, bro. Once we hit 64.5 and we hold that shit, it's going to go.
What do you when do you think the cycle's going to end?
My opinion is not very popular, but I think by the second month of next year, and I don't think we see a whole bull.
You mean that's going to be like the end of the cycle? Or you think it's going to be like the beginning of the downtrend?
I think that'll be the peak.
Honestly, I'm not mad at
January.
that. If that was the peak, and then we have a downtrend for 6 months, where you can still play around and make money in the market. And honestly, like in my mind, the best case scenario is I would rather have a prolonged run that doesn't peak out as high, but just goes longer, like for you know what I mean, as opposed to this crazy and parabolic spike up, and then we just have this brutal bear market again. Like I'd much rather have like a slow burn, but you know,
we still hadn't let the fucking economy play out, bro.
Yeah.
I mean that's the thing. I mean, why are stocks hitting all-time highs right now? I don't fucking know. It don't make sense to me. I've been
There's no
trading
reason for
20
it, bro.
years.
It's fucking nuts, right?
Yeah, but like
Doesn't make it.
I mean, you remember when those banks started going down? You remember when those banks started like just going out of business,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And you remember when Bitcoin pumped because of that? Like, I always hear the correlation to the traditional markets or like equities and crypto, but there is a world where crypto kind of veers off there because sometimes I see it affect crypto and sometimes I see it not affect crypto because like in that sense, if why isn't crypto pumping if the stock market's pumping, right? So does that invalidate that thesis where you guys are always saying like, oh yeah, it's connected to equities and stuff? Like, I don't know, right? There's a lot of
It's not. Yeah, it's not directly correlated in like the micro moves, but the general trend is similar. But to your point, like this is what I think is going to happen. Like it really ties to what you just said about Silicon Valley Bank. Like I think we're going to crash in like January, February next year, early next year, like Sir Crypto said. I think our crash is going to be short. I don't think we're going to have a multi-year bear market for Bitcoin like we have. I think everything else is going to have a horrible, like maybe decade bear market, real estate, stocks, everything. And I think what you're going to see is Bitcoin come out of it very fast. And I think you're going to see a lot of the world's liquidity shifted into Bitcoin and crypto. And it's going to go fucking nuts for like
the
10
moral of the
years.
story is just don't spend your Bitcoin. Just hold on to that shit. I think everybody's on the same page.
Like you guys, like I know we always say this, but remember gold had their ETF, and then it went on a 10-year bull run. But it was delayed before it went on that bull run. How long did it take for it to start really sending?
So this is the same thing that happened with the gold ETF, bro. Like if you look at the Bitcoin chart and the gold ETF chart, they're really similar, but they're just happening like Bitcoin's happening so much faster at like 20 times the speed of gold, 50 times the speed of gold. But if you look before gold really went on that run, we had 08. Like the gold ETF got approved in 2004. It started to go up. Then we had 08 and gold took a shit. Like it fucking nuked. But instantly after it nuked, gold started pumping while the rest of the market was just like shitty for like 10 years, bro. So that's what I'm saying. I like we have this setup to like see the exact same thing happen with Bitcoin.
I mean, it did get. I mean, that is facts, right? When the gold ETF came, that it did go on a 10-year, like just it just went crazy.
Well, also too, the world is just a different place now, man, and then it's a digital currency, right, or a digital asset. So it's like everything that goes digital, 100x's, and just like the world itself, everything is so exponential now compared to back when the gold ETF passed. Like it's a whole different play. It's a whole
So
different
you're
game,
saying it could be sped up?
big time sped up, and it could be a lot crazier than we're even thinking. And most things are nowadays. Like
Well,
we could be
valuations are definitely higher
yeah,
nowadays.
we could be way off. Like we could be undershooting the hell out of this thing. You know.
Very true. Very true.
I
I
mean, the
don't know,
main thing,
man.
all I know is I'm over here buying shit coins on a fucking weird site called Pump.fun that are just rugging in 12 seconds. And I have these crazy thesis on Bitcoin and the entire world market. And I'm over here fucking betting on fucking poopy coin.
I'm curious, like, is there anybody in this space that like works a normal job and lives paycheck to paycheck kind of? Like, I would love to hear from somebody in this space and hear like what life is like, because I don't I mean I'm doing pretty good, and I could see how it could be really difficult for someone out there that's just like working a job and has had the same job for like 10 years or 8 years or whatever, and isn't making over, even if you're making 100K right now. I know people that are making 100K and they're barely paying all their bills.
Yeah, I
um
know what you mean. It's like it's funny because usually crypto people we all kind of like find each other and then we all stick in our cliques and then you kind of like block out the rest of the world because it's like it's almost like it's very cultish really when you become very deep into crypto. You don't really care about anything else. Like I don't pay attention to news. I don't pay attention to a lot of shit I probably should. I'm like so focused in on my group and my but then I have buddies, friends from high school and stuff and you see them every now and then and you go and hang out with your IRL buddies once a month or something, and then you kind of get a taste of what it's like in the real world. And you hear about how
yeah.
they're like living their life and like the things they're excited about, and it's just like you literally are in it's a different fucking universe. You know what I mean? And people are struggling, man. Like it's not
Yeah.
easy out there for people.
Yeah.
And you're like they say something about car insurance, and you're like, yeah, about car insurance, I made like 10,000 soul on Boom last
Yeah.
night.
It get yeah, and then then you always have that discussion where it's like they say, "Oh, I want to get into crypto." You know what I mean? And it's just like the level of unpacking you would have to do to even get them to understand 1% of it. It would like literally take up all of your mental energy.
Bro, but you got to do this shit yourself, bro, if you want to know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, bro. It's such a like we're so deep in it, bro. Like we're like swimming through the sewers too a lot of times. Like we go deep into this game. Like we're fucking jumping into like 5K shit coins sometimes, 5K market cap.
Did you guys see that Tau blockchain got hacked? Bitensor?
No, I didn't see that. Was that today?
Yeah, it's like, or yesterday, I can't remember exactly, but it's like the biggest like AI coin. It's the blockchain.
What you said hacked,
But
or was it accidentally hacked, or was it like a real hack?
no, I think it was a real hack. They paused the blockchain and they're trying to figure out, very kind of similar to what happened to Bitcoin and ETH in the beginning. They don't think they're gonna have to, or they don't know if they're gonna have to fork it or not.
They got to roll back the chain.
Maybe.
Jeez, yeah, that's
The good old rollback. The good
mhm.
old non-decentralized rollback.
But I mean that's the thing. Okay, so like let's talk about decentralization. Like when shit happens, let's just say something really bad happens, and that you do have the ability of rolling it back or whatever. You think that's better than making something completely decentralized that could be hacked and just there's no way of stopping it? Like,
I don't know, because there's like a certain sense of purity when it comes to like things that try to be like as decentralized as possible. Because what is the reason for a lot of these hacks, right? There's usually a single point of failure, right? It's usually the doing of one singular person or like a singular entity, right? So like when you talk about decentralization, like I for one think that, like, I'll be honest, man, I think that this cycle we've actually forsaken a lot of decentralization. If you look at the amount of Telegram bots, even the shit everyone's trading with, like Photon. and Bullex, all that shit's
Bro,
centralized.
how about just
Like
doxing?
you're literally sending your money into a wallet that someone has the keys to. You know what I mean?
How about just doxing your identity? Like, people don't even care anymore, bro. Like, I remember last cycle, like, doxing was a big deal if you went and doxed somebody. Like, nowadays, nobody cares. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
That's because we got doxed last cycle.
Yeah.
They all got doxed last cycle, bro. I mean, I don't know. Coco is a decentralization maxi. I mean, I would prefer things to be more decentralized than not decentralized. But what I will say about Bitensor is
let me finish my point, right? Let me finish my point, okay? I just want to go on a little rant here. Okay, so let's look back, right? Like, because we're soon to forget, right? We're as people that are participants in the industry, we're real soon to forget. How did we all get fucked last cycle? It's because our money was on FTX. It was in fucking BlockFi. It was in Celsius. It's because you gave your keys to some other people. That's how you got fucked, right? Like, does everyone agree? Like,
Yeah,
did that
100%.
fuck the industry, right?
Oh yeah.
So like, the reason why we we got screwed last cycle and everyone got wrecked is because we gave other people our keys. And everyone's doing that again. So they're just doing it in a different way.
Yeah, it's people are always going to do that, man, and there's always going to be this type of shit that goes down, bro. And the biggest problems that are going to happen, it's going to be the same type of shit again, where people lock all their money up in something and it gets so-called hacked. You know, these imaginary hacks that happen are they start happening when the bull market's in full steam. You know, it usually happens.
So funny how that happens.
Yeah, it's so weird how, like, at the very peak, all of a sudden 15 people get hacked all at once. Like, security just disappears, you know? But yeah, man, it's always going to be that, but it's always going to be the same shit all around, right? Like, it's always going to be a new form of scam. It's always going to be a new way to get your money, a new way where you're supposed to lock this up here.
But bro, the number one way that things, like, when all the hacks and all the things that you see, it's because of, like, most of the time it's because somebody, well, okay, so when people get wrecked, it's usually because they put custodianship of their assets with someone else, right? And then that person's like, "Oh, sorry, your money's gone.